Howdy, howdy, I am Ra, and we are going to be producing some magic today. We're going to be doing magical sigils, which we are going to be writing. So we need a pen or a pencil or an implement which we can write and something to write on. I'm going to use this nice organic materialed piece of paper right here. So before we get into this, I'm going to tell you a little bit of story. I shot this video about 10 months ago, the same exact video that I'm doing right now about how to make a sigil. And the thing that I chose to cast is to see a parrot, to visually see a parrot. The next day I was logging in on my computer and I noticed a little icon that is above my password is a picture of a red parrot. And I'm like, wow, the magic spell worked because now I'm seeing a parrot. It's actually the thing that's on my computer every single time I log in. I've never seen it before. It's just the stock one that came with my computer. I never customized it. Anyways, one could say, there was some unconscious thing that made you do that, which then put it into your reality. But about a month ago, I was retelling this story to a friend, and we were eating at Sage in Culver City. And I was telling the story, and as I was telling the story, my buddy Mike from the East Coast, he looked up at our waitress, and she had an entire huge red parrot on her chest. And it was crazy because I was talking about casting a spell, and in the version I was talking to him, I was saying that my spell was see a red parrot, and a red parrot showed up in our reality immediately again. So anyways, this is powerful stuff, and my little thing I did for the video, see a parrot, came to me twice when just charging it. So we're gonna make a magical writing sigil, and then we're gonna charge it, and then we're gonna let it happen. So a little bit of background on how this is gonna work. What is a spell? Okay, so when we think about magical spells, we are casting a spell to manipulate reality to our will, right? We are transforming the reality which we reside in based on our will, and we spell it out. Now, if we think about what spell means when it comes to spelling a word, what we're doing is we're taking the sounds of the vowels, and the vowel sounds, ow. These are very powerful sounds, which is why they're in all chanting. What I just did sounded like I was doing some meditative chant, right? Oh, these are the sounds, these are the frequencies of the universe. And when we make words, we put consonants throughout a word. And these characters shape the sounds, right? Sound, sound, oh, sounds. So by putting the S, the N, and the D in there, and then another S, we can shape the oh sound into sound. And then we know what that means. That gets translated into a language. English is a bad example of how to use this because sounds in the old primitive languages, the sounds of the words actually meant the thing the word was describing. So the sound for love was actually the frequency of love. But English is a little bit different because it got passed down and transmitted and changed for certain effects. And English is a very dry language, and it's made for work. It's made for slaves. So that's why the entire world uses it, because it's a very simple, direct language that is not doing anything else besides transmitting ideas. That's all it's doing. A lot of languages, especially old ones, transmit frequencies, transmit emotions, transmit sexuality, masculine, feminine, right? There's a lot more things that sound can transmit. Back to the writing sigil. I'm redoing this video because I talked too much last time. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna cast a spell. Think about what you want. And this can be a sentence. This needs to be very, very specific. It can be a paragraph if you want, but it can be a word. Be specific, because I know people that have played with this and they've asked for large sums of money. Like, I know them personally, and large sums of money can come from all different ways, right? Including lawsuits because you got hit by a car and almost lost your leg and now don't have proper function of your leg, but you get a lawsuit in the exact amount that the day before you were trying to manifest. Okay, so that's happened to people that I know, personal people. So, and in all different varieties, it's happened. Okay, I know someone who wanted to be a movie star, so she said, "I want to be on every TV in America." Well, she got cast in a very, very popular commercial. Not the idea that she really wanted, but intention was there and it was set into motion. So, write down your sentence. I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do mine now. Okay. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the first letters of each word. And these are the shape of the entire word. This is the origin of the transmission of the words, right? So take all of the first letters and write them down in a line, except for the vowels. So only consonants that start words, write them down. Okay? Now, you've got a series of words, maybe it's one letter, maybe it's, or a series of letters, maybe it's 10 letters. You're going to take these letters and you're going to turn them into a symbol. And it's really a sigil. So we are going to design the sigil out of these letters. You can pause the video if you want. I'm going to very quickly do mine so that I can continue talking. So I'll just do it on the other side. BLFTTW. BLFTTW. If you have two letters, you can combine them, or they can be two separate things. Sweet. All right, so I'm going to redo this. Okay, so very quickly, this is what mine looks like right here. It's not very pretty. If you're artistic, you can make them look way better than that. But I want to do something really quickly. So next thing we have to do is we have to charge this baby. So once we have the symbol, we need to burn it into our mind, and we need to charge it with our intentions. And that's going to take some very heightened states of being. So first of all, we need to know what this symbol is, and it's important, right? What you wrote down is probably very important. It could transform your life. So get that symbol represents that reality. Get that reality in your head. Now, you can meditate on that reality, that's one way. Or you can get into an orgasmic state. Okay, so through orgasm, you can be having this in your head. You could be enraged, okay? You can be very, very angry. If you're a very angry person, this is a very powerful emotion. Get very, very angry and then just focus on that. You can, right before bed, and then I'll put it in the dream world. Meditate on this right before you go to bed. You can, in a state of fear, okay, if you're gonna go bungee jumping next week, then take the symbol with you, look at it before you go, and then it's charged, it's ready to go. Also, just a knowing. If you just have absolute trust in yourself, you just know that, oh, this is the reality I'm going to. That's another way to charge it. But once that's done, you just be. Let it go, don't tell anyone, don't worry about it, just be. and this is making a sigil.